Hello, everyone. I'm Carey Amos, and welcome to my week one, unit one discussion, video discussion. So I'm going to start off by going over recognizing the difference between strategic planning and strategic management. So my thoughts on it, the strategic planning, I look at it as being a long-term and forward visionary thinking type process. That portion is we used to use for the plan for the organization to lay out the foundation and the principles for them to succeed, what they define as success. It allows the organization to determine the objectives, consider the internal and external environment, and will hopefully allow the strategic managers to get the organization to meet those objectives. Moving on to strategic management, I see that as how the overall process is achieved. How do we get to meet those goals inside that strategic plan? Is directly related to the decisions and the actions taken to achieve the goals defined in the strategic plan. Moving on to the top reasons strategic plans fail to be operational. One of the main reasons that they fail to be operational is, as with anything in most tasks, is having unrealistic plans and unattainable goals. If you have something that's just too far-fetched or actually underachieving, if you set your mark too low or too high, it could just lead to failure. Additionally, poor leaders, they lack the overall vision. So just poor leaders in general is just bad. But if those leaders, they don't necessarily even have to be poor leaders, but if they lack the overall vision, if you haven't given those lower level leaders the vision that they need to obtain and meet these goals, then it's going to be critical to your success as well. The mismanagement of personnel and resources. One of the quotes that I saw in the Randall article said, when an organization that has been fixated on managing operations begins paying attention into executing strategy, managers often find that resource allocations, budgets, and departmental and individual priorities were grossly misaligned. So when you actually start looking at the right things, you see how far off track you really were. If you aren't focused on the right things from the beginning, you lose time, you lose money, and you lose resources, and likely talent. Like some additional strategic plans that I saw, failures that I saw was not ensuring that the team follows strategic plan, having a results-oriented and not a vision-oriented focus, not understanding the environment, poor strategic plan or plans, and the lack of vision and depth, flawed or incomplete communication, which causes conflicts, unwillingness to change or adapt, not holding the team accountable, and again, unrealistic goals. Next would be the describe and assess the primary component of the strategic management process. The primary components of the strategic management process, I feel, are the environmental analysis, strategy, evaluation, and communication. Pretty much anything that I've worked with and being in the military and jobs, 24 years in the military, communication is vital. It's key, and not just in the military, but any operation, any type of career or job that we're focused on. You have to be able to communicate effectively to get everyone on the same sheet of music and be able to work cohesively. I believe all the components are critical. However, if you're building that strategic plan, the understanding of the market, the internal and external factors is probably still the most crucial. You can have a magnificent plan, but if it's based off of bad data, doesn't matter what you do, you're going to ultimately fail. Poor analysis leads to unattainable and weak goals. You need to know your market and your competition before you're barking up the wrong tree. If you don't have a good market analysis and you start off, again, you got your foot starting off the wrong direction, it's sometimes you can't recover from it, but it's just, it's possibly hard to recover. You need to set your benchmarks, supervise, refine, and follow up often to ensure the team is moving in the right direction. Describe and define the responsibilities, duties of the strategic manager. The strategic manager from start to finish has one of the most pivotal roles in the organization. They align projects with the company's strategic plan, as well as they ensure the proper personnel are in a place to complete the task. Strategic managers are essentially what I call the checks and balances of the organization. Strategic managers are the primary decision makers and drivers of the organization, and they also facilitate the proper use of personnel and resources. Why companies need strategic planning. Companies that strategically plan provide deliberate guidance to all elements within the organization. This allows each branch of the company to work even independently towards the same direction to meet the company goals and grow their organizations. Without a clear plan, it is often impossible for the company to reach its objectives, as well as withstand turnover and to be sustainable for the future. A plan not only provides direction, it provides focus. Focus on specific goals means the organization is less likely to be distracted by extraneous activities, and that's in the Bailey article. Provide focus, clarity, direction, and establish measurable, tangible goals. A clear strategic plan on how the company needs to operate and direction needs to head. Provide guidance for the managers to steer the company and communicate your message, the common goal, and keep everyone in the right direction. So hopefully that's a good snapshot of what this is covering, and I look forward to your comments and discussion. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day.